I cast all my cares upon you. I lay all of my burdens down at your feet. And any time that I don't know what to do, I will cast all my cares upon you. That's what the Bible tells us in 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on Him, God, because He cares for you. As I learned about the acronym for the recent bill that Congress passed, the so-called CARES, Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act, it reminded me of this reassuring verse in God's Word. I know many of us who have been Christians for a while do believe that God, despite our difficult circumstances in life, truly cares and has the best interest for us. But what about the atheist, agnostic, or just the average person who has been turned off by religion? What is their opinion or view of God in crises like the one we're living in? How can they begin to grasp this truth of a loving God who empathizes with us through our tough times? I believe the church, we the people of God, are the only hope to reach out to those who may feel God is distant and does not care about human affairs. Such times like this, these are the God-given opportunities to be the salt of the earth and the light of the world that Jesus preached about to his followers in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5:13 through 16. Yes, these are unprecedented times for most of us, and there will be an increase of people in need who must be reassured and witness to that the God of heaven, the Creator, is also the sustainer and provider to everyone who is anxious and burdened. So how could we step up to the plate and live out our faith during these times? One way we can bring canned goods for our food distribution. As a matter of fact, we are collecting non-perishable items every Monday and Thursday from 4 to 5 p.m. right here in front of the chapel building. At a more personal level, who has God put in our path? Maybe our ones from Who is Your One campaign that we could assist in this time of need. I always wonder what it really looked like in the early church when the Bible tells us in the book of Acts that all the believers were together and had everything in common. Selling their possessions and goods, they gave to anyone as he had need. I don't believe the text is referring only to our disposal of things that we no longer want to wear or use and often donate them to Goodwill or Salvation Army, which are great organizations in our communities, but to a sacrificial, selfless act of sharing out of our abundance and most precious possession, which God has so richly entrusted us with. As a matter of fact, in Romans 12:13, Paul reminds the church in Rome to put their love into action by addressing the needs within the fellowship when he says, share with God's people who are in need. The verb share in the original language emphasizes the idea of empathizing with another person's need. Not from the outside, but right there with them. Yes, as usual, God filtered this challenge through my own heart before I could put it in this devotional to you all. We already know that because of this crisis, there are and there will be a lot of people with all kinds of need in the weeks ahead. And let me give you an insight that as a pastor for over 28 years, I have learned that for hardworking people, it is difficult to ask for help. So may God open our eyes to those around us who are in need, and so we can be the hands and feet of Jesus to them. And maybe then, they and others in our community will begin to see that our faith works. That means that it's active and real, and that God truly cares and uses His people to accomplish this glorious task. Yes, it might even give us an opportunity to actually share the good news of the gospel with them if they don't yet know Him. Be Christ to someone in need today and show them that God cares for them.